Good morning, folks. It is Monday morning and it is 6:30 a.m. and I hope everybody is staying warm in these frigid temperatures. So let's get into the video. Meyer Lemon Tree versus spider mites. The battle has begun. So anyways, as you can see, there's not a lot of leaf droppage. There's I did lose a lot of leaves though over the course of dealing with these spider mites. Again, I have said in my last video, and I'll leave a link to that. Um, I thought it was over the shock because my husband and a friend of ours brought the tree in directly from outside instead of doing the acclimation that it should. But apparently, it was part of that, of course, in the beginning where the leaves dropped, and then all of a sudden it was fine. And then I had a lot of new growth, everything was doing great, and then a lot of leaf drops again. And it was really freaking me out because the tree is my baby. All the plants are my babies, and I enjoy taking care of them. So I really felt that I was doing something completely wrong. I was researching, just really freaking out. And I know that if anybody else has dealt with spider mites, I'm sure they felt the same way. And so I called fastgrowingtree.com. They have uh, the experts to talk to, and I explained everything to her and, all the symptoms, and she said it was spider mites. So I called my husband and told him, and of course, he did his research at work, and I did my research, and she told me what to do. And of course, my husband's research came up the same as well as mine. And so we did the 50-50 Dawn dish soap and water, and then a person um, did a comment, big, huge comment, and I'll leave that comment here. I would suggest going to that video where I said Meyer Lemon Tree being attacked by spider mites and looking at that comment. If you have problems with spider mites, I would suggest reading that comment. Amazing comment, great directions, a lot of explanations. And again, I would suggest going there. I am still doing a lot of research on the Meyer Lemon Tree and spider mites in general. But apparently they like to latch onto your leaves and suck the juices dry out of your leaves. And then, of course, it causes a lot of damage, and the leaves drop, and it's heartbreaking. Anybody who likes plants and has been dealing with spider mites or have dealt with spider mites or even possibly thinking about having to deal with spider mites, it's heartbreaking because you put a lot of work into your plants, a lot of money. I mean, I know I have, and I'm sure other people have. And so I did the treatment that they suggested. Plus, I did the Dawn dish soap and water, but I had already done that before that suggestion was posted. And so I did their treatment, and then I also grabbed some neem oil and sprayed down my other plants with the neem oil. And I didn't do a video right away because I wanted to see what would happen. And the leaf drops are pretty far and few between. That's what you see on the floor, and I'll show that here later in the video and in the pot. It's actually just, like 3 or 4 leaves, maybe 5 at the most, that's dropped off within a 3-day time. So we are getting somewhere. I know that a Meyer lemon tree, when it gets uh, how you check for like spider mites and stuff is like what I'm showing you right here on the leaves. And that leaf was off the tree a while. I just wanted to keep it to show it to you guys. The spider mites are dead. They're not alive, and I don't see any more webs, and I'm really, really pleased with the outcome. But still, I'm kind of holding my breath and hoping spring comes soon so I could take my tree back outside and let it recover outside as well. I picked up some new lights. And I'm kind of pointing to them. I picked up a new light because the other one blew, and you can see it over there, pretty bright. And I have that on the tree. Plus, I have the light above the tree, and then lights on the other side. Plus the window, and then when it comes to the soil, I put my finger in the soil, and if I get to the second knuckle and the soil's still dry, it's time to water it. I do try to keep the soil kind of moist, and that also helps the lemon tree. Now, according to the lady at fastgrowing.com, it shouldn't affect the production of lemons. But as much as the tree has been through this year, I don't expect any lemons. I wish I did, but hey, I'd just rather have a tree that's healthy and right now. And then I'll worry about the lemons later. Um, I'm making sure that there's no cold air coming on the tree. And it can handle some cool temperatures. It can't handle frigid temperatures, it can handle down to 50. But my house stays at about 68 degrees. And so I was doing pretty good. There was nothing different that I did last year. The only problem I had this year is, of course, the spider mites. And here I'm showing the leaves, and of course, the leaf or the limbs where the leaves were. I lost a lot. Like I said, I lost a lot of leaves, and my tree looks horrible. But as long as it survives, I'm going to be happy. And I did treat all the other plants, and I'm showing you that right there. And but I do have limbs that don't have leaves, and you know, it's just something that we have to deal with from time to time, from what the lady at fastgrowingtree.com told me. One of the things that I'm going to be doing differently come fall of next year, I couldn't decide if I was going to take the tree back outside or not, but I have decided I will be. Um, but one of the things spider mites doesn't like is a lot of water. So I will be spraying the tree down. I didn't do it this past fall because I wanted to keep the tree as light as possible, and wet soil is heavy soil. So the guys are just going to have to live with it, and I'm going to spray it down, make sure it's good and wet, kill off any spider mites, and then spray it down with neem oil just to make sure that, and I'll do the pot and the stand and everything with neem oil just to make sure that it doesn't bring any spider mites into the house. Um, the only thing that didn't get sprayed down with spider mites is my Nepenthes, and that's because it can't even handle the chemicals in the water. I don't want to put chemicals on it at all. But if a spider mite gets on the Nepenthes and it gets inside those pitchers, well, it's just not going to see the light of day again. So I'm not really worried about them. I'm just worried about reinfestation. And it's kind of like kids with head lice. You got to make sure you just absolutely get everything. And that's just pretty much what I did. But you can see here the limb, it lost a lot of leaves. I'm showing some other areas. It looks sad. My tree looks sad, but as long as the leaves don't keep dropping, we're good. Cross your fingers that we have successfully gotten through this. I have, like I said, done a lot of research, and spider mites are no joke. They really like to get into the leaves and suck those juices dry. and it really causes a lot of damage. I'm glad that I did the research on it. I'm glad I've learned something new about it. And, they say knowledge is power, and I got knowledge now. So, hopefully my tree will recover pretty quickly. I hope. It does need to be turned, but I will end up having to wait to do that. I don't want to upset the apple cart, so to speak, and bump the limbs and cause more leaves to drop, because it's just, like I said, it's heartbreaking. My husband spared no expense. Every time I told him I needed something different, he got it. And he always does that because he knows that this tree and my plants are very important to me. Well, I hope this update, shows that it can be conquered. It's just you have to be vigilant on it, and you have to do what what I had suggested. You can even research and do your own stuff. I would suggest going to that video and reading that comment, and because I was pretty impressed. And so, anyways, that's my update on my Meyer Lemon Tree and spidermites. Okay, friends, if you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment. Anything helps my channel, and I'd appreciate it if you guys could help me out a little bit. Okay, friends. Bye.